Hello everybody, Timothy Bailey from Project Learn with our video for today. If you haven't already listened and read along, check out the reading video and you can read along as I read today's article, or you can also do it after. So we're looking at Belgians and fries in our news for you today. Remember to always look at the beginning at the picture, the caption, and the section headings first. So we have the picture here. You look at it, you can tell they're in a restaurant, the man, and it looks like there's a woman here. It's not a kitchen in somebody's house. And it looks like the man is making some kind of a sandwich. You can see the bread here. He's putting maybe some seasoning on it. You can also see what look like French fries on it. Okay, so that's the picture. If we go to the caption, a worker makes a sandwich with fries in it in 2010 in Brussels, Belgium. Fries are popular in Belgium. They are called pommes frites, right? So we know we're talking about another country and probably the people from another country. We're talking about fries, right? That word is here and we saw it in the picture. Okay, so we get a general idea. The other thing, again, you would want to go and look at the section headings for each section. And we're going to start looking at some of the vocabulary and what they're talking about. Again, you can go back if you have not already and read along as I read it in the other video. So the title then, Belgians asked to do their national duty, eat more fries. You would want to make sure that you understand some of the vocabulary here. So Belgians. You might also skim the paragraph looking for other words. For example, down here we see Belgium. And we saw that in the caption as well. Right? So while this is going to be not very important in everyday usage, it is important here to know what we're talking about. So Belgium is a country in Europe. This is their flag. Belgians, then, just like Americans or Canadians or Italians, right? This is the ending for the people from that country. Okay, so that's who is being asked to do their national duty. We also see French fry down here. We see fries here. So that was in the caption. It's going to be important to know what that is. And you saw it in the caption, but they're these things here. These potato snacks, fried potato snacks. We might also want to know the word national. We did talk about that in another video. So this is the adjective related to countries, right? Things about a country. So your duty, your country, the duty to your country, right? And duty is that which you must or are expected to do. So Belgians are being asked, right? They're being expected to eat more fries. So what is the duty of the Belgians? To eat more fries. And why is that? If you read the article or go back and read the article, why are they being expected to eat more fries? Right? One of the words we might look for when we're answering because or why is because. And we see it right here. So because of the new coronavirus, Belgians are being asked to eat more fries. So the article then will talk about that. Hold the fries. This is a restaurant phrase. Hold the whatever. Hold the mustard. Hold the pepper. Hold the ketchup, whatever. It means to not have something, to not put something on there. Stands. Here we have 5,000 outdoor friet stands in Belgium. We know stand, the verb, to stand in line or to stand up in class. This, very clearly you can see, is a noun, right? Adjective outdoor, friet, here an adjective, stand. What is a stand? Well, it's a little booth or a little thing, a little shop selling food, typically. Although it might sell souvenirs and other stuff as well. And then if you remember from the previous paragraph, if you've read it, right, free are French fries. So the stand in Belgium is selling French fries. This stand is from Korea, and they are selling some kind of a nut. So how were friet stands different from other businesses in Belgium? We see that other businesses, restaurants and bars, closed, right? But the friet stands were allowed to stay open. Okay, so that is how they are different. Did this difference help the friet stands? Well, it doesn't look like it. We see but, right? A contrast. So they were allowed to stay open. This could be thought of as a good thing. They're allowed to keep operating their business. Then here's the bad thing, but 80% of them closed. So it does not look like it helped the friet stands. Too many uneaten potatoes. Up here we see the word industry. Usually when we think of industry, we think of things like factories we might be talking about, right? Car manufacturing factories, things like this. Here it's being used in a slightly different way, and it means the whole field of work, or everyone involved. So when we're talking about the potato industry, we are talking about everyone involved from the beginning really to the end dealing with potatoes. So from the potato farmer to the potato harvesters to the transportation people to the people who are processing the potatoes or cleaning them or cutting them to the people selling, everything. That's what the word industry means here. We have the word frozen, so frozen potato, right? And this is like winter, when things are so cold that they turn hard, right? If you go in American grocery stores, there will be probably several aisles in the grocery store with coolers of frozen foods. Not just ice cream, but vegetables and sandwiches and pizzas, right? Tons. Tons has a very specific meaning. It means 2,000 or 2,240 pounds or 1,016 kilograms. Here, however, it is being used as we often use it in English, just to mean a lot of something, right? So hundreds of tons of extra potatoes might go to waste, right? This one is being used sort of in this way, right? It has an impression or an implied meaning of a lot of potatoes being wasted as well, right? So this one is sort of a combination of both of these ideas, right? Just to show that it is really a great amount that is being wasted. So why are the Belgians being asked to eat so many potatoes? Because if they don't, right, these tons of extra potatoes might go to waste. And we're going to look at waste here in a second. Potato power. Right, here's our waste we're going to get to. So supply. Right, and supplies. You can see, supply is just the amount you have of something. Right? So if you are going camping, you might need a supply of food to last for 3 days if you're camping for 3 days. In another video we talked about during natural disasters and bad weather, you need a 3-day supply of different things, including food, for each person who is in your family. Avoid waste. Avoid means to not do something or go somewhere, right? So then what is waste? We saw it before. Waste is often like trash or garbage. However, here in our article, so far, what is it that is being wasted if people do not eat the potatoes? It's the potatoes, right? So here, right, they're trying to find ways, right? Belgiapom or Belgapom, trying to find ways to use up the supply of potatoes, the extra supply, so that there is no, or they can avoid, waste, throwing them away. Word livestock. Also notice this is in bold, so one of the nice things about News for You, you would find the meaning of this word at the end of the newspaper. But livestock, right? They can use potatoes to feed the livestock. Livestock are things like cows. Also notice here, sometimes this happens, often this happens actually, the heading, potato power, is linked, look at the word power, to something in the article. Here we have the word energy. So often it's very nicely done at the beginning and at the end, so it connects these ideas together. What is the main idea in this section? Remember, they're trying to avoid waste, so that's part of it, right? Belgium, this company, Belgiapom, right? The people in Belgium are trying to find ways to avoid throwing away or wasting their potatoes. The last section, chipping in. I didn't mention this here. Chipping in, right? I should have. Chipping in means to do your part. If somebody asks you to chip in, for example, at the meal that you went with your friends at a restaurant, they mean to put in some money, to do your part, to pay your part. So chip in means to do your part for something. Here we have, and we mentioned it before, processed. Right? Again, this would be at the end of the newspaper. Processed potatoes. And keep in mind, we've been talking a lot about frozen fries. Well, frozen fries aren't a naturally occurring thing. In nature, there's nothing that looks like a frozen fry. So when something is processed, it means anytime something is taken farther away from its natural condition or how it looks. As soon as people cut it, smash it, mash it up, cook it, freeze it, anything like that, it becomes processed. If you eat something, for example, a piece of fruit from a stand, and you just bite into the apple, it is unprocessed. Okay? One of the difficult things in America with the food that we eat is a large amount of it is highly processed. And the more processed food is, the more unhealthy it has the potential to be. So we have a person in here, Pascal van der Stegen, right? And he runs a fruit stand called Chez Clementine. What does van der Stegen want people to do? Now, if we're looking for the answer, we're going to look first for his name, right? And you don't see it until you get to this paragraph here, paragraph 4. So we know the answer to this question is not going to be up here, right? The answer is going to be somewhere here. And there's two things, I think, you can let me know if you agree or disagree, that he wants people to do. In this paragraph, right, his fruit stand is closing earlier than it used to close. So he seems to want more people to come to the fruit stands, not just his, to support them. The other one here, right, he's talking about if everybody closes, everybody here are the people who own fruit stands, there won't be anything left. So we could say that he's also wanting more fruit stands to stay open, right, to not close. In short, right, van der Stegen is wanting Belgians to do their national duty and eat more fries. Go back, listen to the article, read along with me now that you've looked at some of the vocabulary, and see if you understand more of the article. Remember, if you would like a copy of News for You to Study, email me, tbailey@projectlearnsummit.org, and I will send you a copy to study. Give me your name and address. I hope this is helpful and interesting. Thank you, and have a great day.